Okay. Thank you guys so much. It's great to see you. I've already said that, but now that we're recording, we'll make it official. It is wonderful to see you. Today, we're going to talk about rabid gratitude. What the heck is rabid gratitude? When I was working on gratitude and abundance, this word, these two words popped in my head, and I was like, rabid gratitude. It sounds kind of violent and awful. But I was like, hey, I'm going to go with it, man. It gets your attention, that's for sure. So yeah, gratitude, good old gratitude. Sure, when your life is falling apart, you're having hot flashes every 4 minutes, such as myself. You might be feeling sick or less than happy and secure, especially all the stuff that's going on in our culture. I had a very hard time with everything that's been going on in our culture. So this is perfect timing to help retune the body systems, retune, recalibrate. And we actually developed this protocol. Christian and I developed this protocol off of other protocols that are in existence. There's a 30-day protocol that's pretty intensive. We figured people are really, really busy. We don't have a lot of time. I don't have 20 minutes a day, honest. And I don't think you guys do either, to sit and journal. And I love that. I'm not, criticizing anybody, but we're super busy. We are going at Mach speed all the time. Nobody really has time. So we have to fit this in kind of in a really meaningful way and just get in, get out, do it, make it meaningful, make it deep and heartfelt, but we really got to move fast because this culture is not slowing down, right? So Kristen and I kind of recalibrated the longer class into this shortened version. Hopefully that'll help everyone go a little faster. So yeah, rabid gratitude is our cheeky term for a vigorous, wild, crazy big appreciation practice. Takes just minutes a day, and in not a lot of time, it can drastically change your life. We have heard of miraculous things happening from doing this, like from other people as well as in our own experiences. So first, we'll jump into a little bit of physics. You're probably going to feel like you're at a lecture. I really, really watered this down because it is really heady stuff. Bottom line, humans are electromagnetic beings. We create thoughts. These are little electrical charges that move outward from our bodies, and they do big things in the physical universe. Demetrios Mizos, really hard name to say. I practiced that, still have to pause because my brain's like, does not get this guy's name. He's a neuroscientist and a PhD in cognitive neuroscience. He describes thoughts as patterns of neuronal activity caused by synapses in our brains whose efficacy has been modified, augmented, or impeded from their past experience. So whose behavior has been grown or shrunk depending on past experience of the organism that we're talking about. That's a really super physical, biological description of what thoughts are. But what he's saying is basically our thoughts are charges of energy that originate in the brain synapses and which are affected by our past experiences. So thoughts emanate outward electrically, and they are propelled by our emotions. The word emotion in Latin is emovere, and it literally translates to moving outward. And that's exactly what happens. Our thoughts, our emotions, our consciousness, all of it moves outward, and it actually physically creates matter. This website is so fascinating, you guys. I will send these notes out at the end of class so that you guys can peruse this a little bit in more detail. William Eastwood put together this really amazing site, and I love his explanation. Your thoughts do create matter, and consciousness does create reality. Both thoughts and matter are electromagnetic energy. Your beliefs, thoughts, and emotions are a lesser intensity of electromagnetic energy until they manifest as a solid. The fact that your environment is a holographic projection of your brain and 5 senses explains part of the mystery as to how consciousness and thoughts create matter and physical reality. So yes, your thoughts and consciousness create your reality by creating a hologram. And this is deep, deep science stuff. Tracy, because Colin talks about this stuff all the time, right? This is like his wheelhouse, right? This is where that brother lives. But for the rest of us normal beings, we have to work a little harder. I'm like sweating, woo. It literally makes my brain sweat when I talk about this stuff. It's tough. But as your mind projects scenes in dreams, the mind projects your physical environment in the same basic way. Quantum energy is the human consciousness. And people will read that. You can read this 100 times and still not quite get it. I've been reading quantum physics and all of this stuff for decades, and I still don't quite get it, but I try. So basically, we live in a hologram of our own creation, and our thoughts actually form the matter that makes up everything that you see in the known universe. So I love that, kind of that. It's really meaty. It's really like you're getting a physics lesson, but it's awesome. And that website is great. I encourage you guys to explore it. So we construct matter, and matter is what forms the physical world around us. And we've already talked about this. We physically construct every experience of our lives, good, bad, or neutral. If you don't believe it, it's not surprising, because everything we've been taught in school and life about the known universe is largely wrong. The physicists love saying stuff like that. I kind of love saying stuff like that too, because I'm like, yeah, take that. It's sort of fun to just go, wait, yeah, we have not been taught what's really happening. It's really, when you start looking at things on the subatomic level, it gets really, really crazy, and things don't obey the way you expect them to. It's really fascinating. But the idea that thoughts create reality, it's not some hairy-fairy new age rainbow crystal infused wishful thinking or just a scientific theory, it's actual fact. So what does all this mean to us in the day-to-day real living world? Our thoughts are powerful. Bottom line, boom. What we think about and imbue with deep emotion goes out into the universe, coalesces matter, and brings that physical manifestation back to its source, us, every time. If we think sick, hateful, depressing, angry thoughts, that's what we see mirrored back to us, and we create more experiences that reflect those vibrations in our lives. If, however, we train ourselves to master our minds as much as possible and think better thoughts, our physical and emotional experience will change. This is not theory, this is fact. So frequency is everything. Everything in the known universe has a frequency, a vibration level. The rate at which something oscillates, as in vibrates or spins, is its frequency measured in megahertz. Our organs have a frequency, diseases have a frequency, thoughts have a frequency. The chair you're seated in has a frequency, or the couch. Therapeutic grade essential oils are the highest frequency natural substances known to man. That is really important. They vibrate higher than herbs. They vibrate higher than foods because they are so concentrated. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But essential oils, when used in and on the body, naturally raise our physical vibration. They smell amazing. They support our immune systems. They calm us down when we're stressed. They increase our well-being. They have been shown to change our physiology. They absolutely come in. And the thing that's so amazing is, I'll give you a little anecdote. It's actually not an anecdote, it's actual real. Citrus essential oils, their job, they come in, they're cleansing and purifying. They come in and they encounter, those molecules go through your limbic system, in your nose when you smell them. They go into your bloodstream within 2 minutes. And within 20 minutes, they've touched every single cell in your body. Those molecules in essential oils are so small, they pass the blood-brain barrier. Most people, most medicines, no, in fact, medicines can't do that, but plants can. And I think 60% of the world's medicines are derived from plants. The other 40% are derived from things that are synthesized and act like plants. So we know plants are powerful, right? And they're good for us. But it's so amazing because with citrus comes along, those molecules come along once you've smelled them and they're in your bloodstream. They encounter a cell, and that cell has receptor sites on it. And that cell is taking in, and there's a key, there's actually a little hole that's created, and that matches other molecules that it needs. So for nutrients and so forth. And then it expels waste. Cells are just like little miniature bodies. But citrus comes along and it goes, oh, your cell receptor sites are clogged with petrochemicals because of what you've been eating and breathing and what you've been doing for 55 years. So it will clean off those cell receptor sites. It melts petrochemicals. Well, that passes out, and then the actual molecules from the essential oil go inside the cell and they repair oxidative damage at the DNA level. Fact. FDA doesn't like this, but that's the fact. And I got the science, and I'll share it with you. the end of the class. So it's kind of cool because they change our physiology. They physically change our physiology at the DNA level. And every single oil has multiple abilities to do certain things in the body systems. So we use oils to raise our personal bodily and emotional vibration. We're literally increasing our health and happiness, creating greater well-being, aligning with our highest good, increasing our spiritual connection, improving our relationships, and inviting greater gratitude and abundance. I love these little graphics on the bottom here because it shows you what the megahertz are for a healthy brain, healthy body, what a cold and flu vibrates at, what cancer vibrates at, and it actually pulls it all out and shows you when one begins to die, your body systems, everything lowers to about 25 megahertz, and when you're on the brink of death, you're right around 25 megahertz. Interestingly enough, fresh produce only vibrates at 10 to 15 megahertz. That's really, really interesting to me because I thought they would be far higher. As I thought about fresh herbs, I thought everything would be vibrating, whoa, really high, they're plants, right? But essential oils are so potent and so concentrated, and they are the absolute richest source of plant esters and all of those kind of semi-waxy liquids that come out of the plant. So it's the best that the plant has to offer. Because when a plant gets cut, it gets injured and it rushes all of its nutrients and all of its resources to that injury. And when you take those fronds and put them into a giant big cooker and you push steam gently through them and you pressurize that, all that beautiful potent stuff comes out the other end and it is just pure gold. It's magic. So what I love about this thing on the right is shows you what some of the blends and some of the single oils, the megahertz at which they vibrate. And you can see rose is one of the highest. It vibrates at 320,000 cycles per second, which is astounding. So if you compare that to like cancer that vibrates at 42 megahertz. So if you're using rose on your body, you're helping your body vibrate faster. When you vibrate faster, you're happier, you're healthier. And so we put together just a few, because space, this is already a six-page handout, just space considerations. We put together a few oils and oil blends that help in gratitude work. So we've got a few listed here. We have two highlighted. One is abundance and one is gratitude. Actually, I forgot to have us oil up too. We're supposed to do that before we get it, darn it. But I'm gonna oil up with gratitude because that's one of the ones we're gonna talk about. You got your gratitude? It's a great blend. Oh gosh, guys, it smells so good. So what we do is, I'll teach you lotus breath real quick. You take one drop in your non-dominant hand and you take fingers on your dominant hand and you go ahead and activate that oil. So you open that oil up, grab both your hands together, and then lotus breath is you want to breathe those molecules through your nose. You want to take those molecules into your olfactory bulb at the top of your sinuses, and you want them to go into your limbic system. And within 20 seconds, they fit your brain. And within 2 minutes, you can find measurable amounts of these molecules in your bloodstream. So fascinating. So we'll jump in right now to the actual protocol. Again, you'll get a copy of this. This is a daily practice that you can do for about 10 minutes per day. You do it longer, it yields results faster. Kristen and I both do this upon waking. It's the first thing that I do when I wake up in the morning. I immediately say, hey God, hey Holy Spirit, hey, you know, Buddha. I talk to everybody. So I'm throwing it out there. Hey, all the positive forces in the universe. Hey guys, you know, and I immediately start with, it's such a habit now. I immediately start with, I grab my gratitude or abundance sometimes, or sometimes just grab whatever's sitting on my nightstand. I do a drop and I just start laying in bed before my feet have even touched the floor. I start saying, thank you so much. I'm going to get all emotional. Thank you so much for giving me another day. Thank you so much that I woke up alive. Thank you. It's so crazy. I'm so glad I woke up alive. You know.
I thought you. Liz. Liz.
Yes.
Could I say something?
Sure, honey.
I just want you to know I do the exact same thing every morning, and I get emotional too because we're supposed to. It's not crazy or weird.
Oh, that's so sweet.
this is the new norm, okay? Because
Yeah.
this works. It really works.
I love that. Oh my
So,
gosh, thank you.
no, thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for sharing
you
that.
for
That is
bringing
so
this
sweet.
up. But I'm really happy that you're like that too, because sometimes people think I'm a little nuts, and I'm
They do
glad.
me too, honey. We just have to find our sisterhood. We got to be with our people, right?
Exactly, exactly. So sorry for
Yeah.
interrupting. I just needed to tell you that.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, you're never interrupting. I love that. Thank you so much. And I love knowing that you do that because I cry every morning and it's tears
Yep.
of joy and gratitude every morning. And yeah, I'm a Pisces. I cry when the wind blows. Believe me, when when a moth dies in the Amazon, I feel it. I'm not even kidding, right? And I'm sad, but,
I get
but
it. That's awesome.
but the oils, you guys, oh my gosh, it is so much fun when you actually pair an oil with this practice. You can feel, and if you are really clean, like Kristen and I have been using these for like 3-4 years, so we're just like, I mean, literally you are like a lightning bolt. It is such a magical practice. You throw a couple oils in there and there is just some magic thing that happens. And so what we recommend is you just do your oil, do your lotus breath, and then for about 5 minutes, just start praising. It's thank you for, and every day it seems like the same refrain, but every day I cry and I'm like, thank you for allowing me to have another day to help people. I love being of service, God. You know my heart. You know what I need. You know what the world needs. And I want to be, of service to you. And I want to be of service to others. And that is the most like wonderful thing about doing this oils thing and having these classes and all the fun stuff. So I just every day I wake up and I'm like, thank you for my sister. And thank you for my
Oh,
daughter. Every day, thank you for my sister. Thank you for the opportunity to buy my sister a house. One of these days, guys, I'm going to buy her a house. That's my goal. That's one of
And
my.
I will buy you a house.
I will gladly receive said house. I will see your house and raise you a house.
There you go. Then I'll throw a Lambo in.
And then I want to throw in a Lambo just for fun.
We have this little competition thing going on that we've
Can
had
you
our
tell?
entire life. I raise you that Lambo and throw in a Ferrari.
with essential oils in the glove box.
That's exactly right. And I will buy you all the oils.
Okay.
For you not to get done. Gosh, I wonder how much that would cost.
She wins.
A lot. I win.
You win.
So,
I concede this battle has been lost by
that's correct.
Kristen.
You have lost.
I-
So, you lost the battle. So yeah, so if you're, this is a chance to smile big and deeply connect with your words. You guys already do this and feel the words in your heart. We love to speak it out loud. You feel a little bit funny doing it in the beginning, but you just have to warn your partner or your hubby or whomever. Hey, I'm gonna be talking to myself. I'm not really talking to myself. I'm talking to the Holy Spirit, but I'm just letting you know, just letting you know that I'm gonna have a conversation. Right? FYI, I have not lost my marbles, just some of them, not all of them. So if you're not feeling real grateful, and honestly, there are days where you wake up and you're like, oh, I woke up alive. It just happens. Dang it.
Yes, that's what I do.
Right. I was so hoping you were going to take me in my sleep, Lord. What the heck?
Still here. Go, what?
Right? Buddha, you're dropping the ball, brother. You're supposed to take me. What the hell? I'm sick of being on this prison planet. God.
Right? I'm handcuffed to this bag of bones.
Right? But it's okay. So just do it anyway. So yeah, just see if you can get like one little tiny niblet. Oh, all right. I like my arms, so I'm just gonna concentrate on My arms look good today. That's what I do. I haven't seen the gizzard neck yet. That's what I'm gonna be happy about. I'm gonna be happy about that. Oh my gosh.
Oh God, that's funny.
But there's something that happens when you speak out loud and when you declare your actual goals and you declare your intentions to the universe. When you do it out loud, there is something so magical about that. I don't know what it is, but it's just really awesome. And I forgot to tell you about the oils and why we recommend them, because I was going too fast. These abundance and gratitude essential oils have been blended. They were specifically formulated to open up the energy centers in our bodies and trigger activity in the limbic system. Now, all essential oils do that, but these particular blends stimulate areas that deal with higher level processing, spirituality, receiving, and reverence. But you can use, of course, any oil you love. It's just abundance. Gary Young, the founder of the company, did a ton of research about which oils would have those actual properties, and he came up with these blends, and so they're really magical. I love gratitude because it's got conifer. It's got conifer oils in it, and I can look it up really quick. The oils that are in it. Conifer oils are really, really grounding to the body, and so they're ideal for meditation, kind of getting into your body and really being on earth and saying to yourself, okay, I'm here. They're super good for meditation work. Because they're so grounding to the body, they allow you to stay really safely out of the body when you need to go out and meditate. And if you're going to take a little journey, they keep that body just really anchored on earth. And then you can kind of come and go, through your meditation and through your spiritual work. And that body is really yes, everything is awesome and groovy, and it fortifies that activity of and some people just stay really deeply in the body. They don't really go anywhere when they meditate. That's okay too, that works. But gratitude is great because it's got balsam Canada, so it's Idaho balsam fir, frankincense, coriander, myrrh, ylang ylang, bergamot, northern lights, black spruce, vetiver, and geranium. And it's just, and it's not super expensive. I think it's maybe $20 or something, right, Kristen, or 18? I don't know. Somewhere in there.
I'm gonna look
27 maybe. Can you look it up, please? Thank you, honey. Not super expensive. Abundance is amazing. It's got orange, frankincense, patchouli, clove, ginger, myrrh, cinnamon bark, and black spruce. And abundance has a really, really warm vanilla cinnamon smell. It is really, really good. And then you get those hints of orange in there. For me personally, I can't really smell the patchouli, but I'm using patchouli right now in my diffuser. And I love patchouli. Some people don't, but you don't get a huge hit of patchouli in that oil. If it's not to your liking, I still think you might like it. And then you get that kind of that conifer hit at the end, that black spruce. Really, really good for the body. So, excuse me. So, I've included some links to some of the science that Kristen and I have dug up on these oils. These are official, these are scholarly studies that have been done. Go ahead.
Gratitude of 5 milliliter is $28 if you have a wholesale account.
If you have the wholesale account. Okay, 28. So it was a little more than I thought, but excuse me, but not too much more. So yeah, it's easy. You can put it on your monthly order, get it in there, and you only use one drop. Sorry, my voice is you only use one drop because every drop of essential oil, of Young Living essential oil, has 400 million trillion molecules. And that's a 4 with 19 zeros after it. And what that means is that that's enough molecules to cover the 1 trillion cells in your body 40,000 times. So it's got you covered, one drop. You do not have to bathe in these things. They last for a long time. This bottle has lasted me for about, and I use it every day. And this is, this is the new one. Sorry, my last bottle lasted me about 3 months. So It's totally doable because you only need a drop.
Mhm.
But I've included links to studies because people like to sort of peruse these things on their own. And I really like to help people understand that this isn't just anecdotal, MLM speak. This is actual legit stuff. These are scholarly studies. Some of these guys listed in here, these studies are double and triple blind. These things are so amazing. So I've done a lot of research on some of these sites for various things that go wrong and things that people are struggling with. And I just kind of list them as I study for people. I just keep a dossier and I keep adding links. I recently did a bunch of cardiovascular research for a friend of mine who has POTS. So I was like, let's talk to your doctor. Here are some things that your doctor might want to take a look at. And, let's see if we can, let's see if this will help you. Let's see. Citrus oils, I love citrus. Oh my gosh, you guys. Citrus paired with frankincense, I can't say much about it. You can read the links because they are really, really powerful. There are about 500 studies right now on the main ingredient in citrus oils called D-limonene. And D-limonene is amazing for suppressing certain cells that we don't really like, especially when paired with frankincense. There's a lot of studies about that for you guys to peruse. I'd love to include these in the notes now because people, end up liking, obviously you're not going to probably go and read all of these studies, but some of the ones might be of interest, you never know. The one that I really loved was the double-blind study on the effects of smelling neroli oil on pre- and postmenopausal women. That study is awesome. It's a double-blind, and that I have that oil. It's expensive, but I used my ER points to get it, so I got it for free. But so there's a way to get the oils for free, but neroli smells so freaking good. It smells amazing.
Elizabeth, when they talk about bitter orange, is that bergamot?
No, bitter orange is neroli.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Kind of the common name for neroli is bitter orange.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes,
I wanted
yeah, some essential oil companies will call it bitter orange. And the thing to know is that these are therapeutic grade essential oils. The stuff, unfortunately, that we pull off the shelf at Walmart or wherever, most retailers, they're not what we need. Yeah, they contain things that are not listed on the label. They contain synthetics. They contain oftentimes damaging, endocrine disrupting, even carcinogenic stuff in them. So we always recommend that you work with the best, and Young Living, hands down, is just the best essential oil company on the planet because they're the only company that controls the entire chain of custody on every oil every time, meaning they control the seeds, the soil, the plants, the cultivation, the cutting, distillation, packaging, all of it. They do not buy from oil producers. They control lovingly the entire chain of custody. And we're the only essential oil company doing that. We're also the only essential oil company with Seed to Seal. And Seed to Seal talks about that process for scientific study and purity and quality standards. These oils are so pure you can ingest them. Not every single oil can be ingested, but we have pocket references and an app that helps us understand, which ones are safe to, generally regarded as safe to consume. So I highly recommend everyone get one of these. If you're going to be in Young Living, you gotta get one of these puppies. And it's 450 pages of goodness. It's got all the facts, all the deets.
Liz,
Yeah.
it's Tracy. So how do I find that book? I just go to the Young Living site and it's on the site?
They sell these. They have a sister company called LSP, Life Science Publishing. I will send out a link when I send the class notes out.
Okay, thank you.
And it may have been included in your welcome packet that I mailed to you. I hope I included that in there. There might be some info in there and a link. But if not, yeah, I'll send this out with the class notes. It's a good question. Young Living, they don't get involved in the publishing, but they have a company that is kind of a sister company that helps them.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll send that info out, but I do love including the links to the studies. So basically, yeah, we love doing this. This is like so much fun for us, and we're always looking for people we can help with their wellness and kick chemicals out of their lives and make small changes. And we absolutely love being a service to folks and holding these classes. We've got it scheduled up on my Instagram. We've got just information everywhere, but we do have a Facebook page that we run. If you're interested in being added to that, you absolutely are welcome to come in. So Marley, are you an essential oil user? Do you use them?
Yes, most definitely. I have a
Awesome.
case of essential oils. We'll always travel with them. I don't leave home without them.
Love it.
Never know what person or animal will come into my path that needs healing.
There you go. Love it. That's
And I
awesome.
use it for my own stuff. I use it for my own healing, my own spiritual practices and meditation stuff. So it's great.
Right
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
It's awesome. And Young Living is a great product. Compared to others, I find them a lot more chemical smelling,
Yes.
tasting, you know, and it's just an ucky feel. So
Yeah.
yeah, this is awesome. I'm, however, not on Facebook. I'm on Twitter, but I would like to connect with you definitely.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure. Well, what we'll do is I will package all this up and send it all over to Tracy.
Okay.
And yeah, and I'm not on Twitter, but I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook as much these days because it kind of went real negative and I just can't stomach it anymore, you know? I just
Right.
can't hang out there. It's just not working for me.
I have an Instagram account, Liz. I'm hardly ever on Instagram.
Yeah.
But what is your Instagram thing?
I was
Your-
going to
your-
ask you too. I didn't realize you were on Instagram. That's how
Yeah.
I need to connect with you now.
I am at Oily Miss Lizzie.
At Oily Miss Liz.
Oily Miss Lizzie.
Oh,
Yeah, oily. I think it'll take all lowercase. I think it's all uppercase. I do Oily uppercase, Miss uppercase, Lizzie uppercase, but I think you can get there with just look with the.
Lizzie, Lizzy or IE?
Oh, it's just at Oily Miss Lizzie, Lizzy.
Okay, great. Oh,
Lizzy
yeah.
Y.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
Yeah,
All right.
and then Kristen is at Oily Miss Krizzy, which is so cute. Krizzy. Since we're
Okay.
twins, we had to do, you know, the.
Well, I can provide you my Instagram, and it is
Yeah.
Sati, capital SATI,
Okay. That's great.
and then there's a few numbers behind it. So it's
Okay,
capital.
let me go ahead and stop the recording so we don't put you out
Oh,
into the whole
we can do
world.
it later.
Okay, yeah,
We can
we'll
do
do
it
it.
later.
We'll do it in
Yeah.
a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then this would be in our private channel anyway. This wouldn't be shared like with the whole world, but some people get worried about privacy and stuff. So yeah, we'll just do your, we'll get your stuff as soon as we stop recording. But yeah, we absolutely love helping people with this, and this is our biggest joy. And thank you guys so much for coming. We appreciate you. And we had a few more people, but I guess they missed it. Darn.
Karina said she's logging in right now.
Oh, she's really late. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's
she
coming
is.
in
Here
right
she
now.
comes.
She had to take her son to his job,
Okay.
and then her internet at home, she had to have they're going to come out to fix her internet at home, so she's
Okay.
logging in with her phone. So
Okay.
yeah.
So we'll go ahead and stop this for now. We